Good morning, this is Alive School Noshara campus. It's our biology class for 10th. I hope everyone is safe and staying at home. Today's lecture is balancing the ecosystem and human impact. Balancing the ecosystem means that we do know organisms and different species of the environment or living in the environment. They depend on each other, as well as they depend on the environment, and there is a balance among all of them. The other thing which we know, that is that there are some natural resources present in the environment. On these natural resources, all of the species depend because they need them. They need these natural resources for their survival. These natural resources are provided to them by, we can say, our biogeochemical cycles. Biogeochemical cycles, what are they? They may be nitrogen cycle. They may include oxygen cycle. They may have carbon cycle and so on, sulfur cycle, right? So because of the presence of all these cycles or all the processes going in the atmosphere, in our environment, the life on planet Earth is possible. But now, as we do know that the human population is increasing. Human population increasing doesn't only mean that there are many people in the environment. This means that these people or the increased population, it will now require places to live, their own habitat to live. They will now require food. They will now require shelter. They will now require clothes. Right? So, to fulfill all these necessities, what do? They cut the forests. They build many industries. They install many factories. They invent many new products. They are working now more. So all of these things, probably that is in a positive way, but they are responsible for the depletion of these natural resources, because this population, the population which is now increased, they are now depending over these natural resources. They are now depending over this environment. For example, initially we were having only 100 people or only 100 species in the environment. So they were utilizing these natural resources. These natural resources were, we said that this is a direct relation, like it cannot be finished. But now what's going on? The population has been increased. Now there are not 100 people, there are 1 million people. So these 1 million people are now dependent over these natural resources. They are dependent over this environment. Now they need more places. Now they need more clothes. Now they need more food. They need more shelter to survive, to live. Right? So it's not only that this increased population is depleting or degrading the natural resources, but it's that they are now polluting our environment. This increased population is now responsible for deforestation, and as they are responsible for deforestation, this means that the loss of trees. If there are no trees, then this means loss of carbon dioxide, loss of oxygen. So this means we cannot survive. If there are no trees, this means that there will be more carbon dioxide, this means we will not have pure air to breathe in, pure oxygen to breathe in. The other thing, that carbon level is now increasing in the atmosphere. So that means that natural resources, the biogeochemical cycle is now in unbalanced condition. So we being humans are only increasing the population and are only thinking how to be advanced, how to get more facilities. If they have the car, I want a car as well. If they have a nice mobile, I also want to have a nice mobile. But we are not thinking that yes, this mobile phone is having or is radiating some harmful radiations, and these radiations are then causing pollution. They are then causing cancer, can be responsible for cancer, and except then the other population the pollution effects are that there are many cardiovascular problems. Except cardiovascular problems, the pollution may causes headaches. Everyone nowadays, when we were kids, so we couldn't say that I have headache, and if someday we said it, so our parents used to say there is no headache for kids. But now it's a common thing. Headache is everywhere, from a small tiny baby till old aged people. Why is that? That is because of the increased pollution. And who is increasing pollution? The main responsible people, main responsibility goes over these people, that they are responsible for it. All the blame is over these people who want that we have to be advanced, we have to be modern, we have to use more ACs to make our environment, to make our homes cool. And we aren't thinking that if there is warm outside, it's just breaking the records. Before 2 days I was looking at the weather. It said that it's 36 degrees Celsius, and when we checked it, how does it feel, so they said its feeling is like 51 degrees Celsius. So it's a record was breaking, right? So this is called as global warming. And why is this global warming? Who is responsible for this global warming? That is us, we being human people, human beings. So if we do not go in that competition, we can save our lives. If we keep our environment clean, we can save our lives. So there are many factors which pollute the environment. And then this pollution is of different types. This pollution is of air pollution. This pollution can be land pollution. This pollution can be what can we say, water pollution. And if someone says how will you define water pollution, so you can simply say that it's the contamination of water bodies. Water bodies means that there would be lakes, the contamination of lakes, the contamination of rivers, the contamination of oceans, contamination of groundwater, streams, right? So how is this water polluted? That is polluted by incomplete treatment of sewages, incomplete treatment of sewages, right? We can say that this water is polluted by oil spills, so it's the oil discharge from the tankers accidents, or whenever this oil is being transported from one place to other place in tankers. So when different accidents happen, or during the filling of the oil tankers, they may be spilled, and because of this oil discharge into oceans, they spread over water bodies. And when these water body they come over this oil, for example this is the ocean, so what happens that if this oil comes over here, so they causes a thick layer over the surface of the water, right? Because of presence of this oil, this layer of oil, what happens that the sunlight from the environment, from the atmosphere, isn't able to reach to the underside of the, or to reach to the water side. And that is why different water bodies, for example fish, for example plants, marine plants, etc., so they die. Why do they die? They die because of suffocation, because they cannot exchange their gases, because they cannot get enough light, right? Other responsible factor is industrial effluents. Industrial effluents means the waste coming out from the industries, the liquids coming out from the industries. So these industries, it's not only the liquids which come out, that's not water, that's obviously because there is much chemicals in them, and these chemicals are harmful for living organisms. These chemicals may have mercury, these chemicals may have cadmium, they may have lead, they may have chromium, they may have arsenic. So all of these elements, they are called as heavy metals, and heavy metals are very toxic. In Japan, I guess, what happened, there was a disease called as Minamata disease, and that Minamata disease happened because of the presence of heavy metal mercury or lead in their petroleum, right? So that is because that these industrial effluents are also very harmful to the water bodies, and they are affecting all of them, and they are affecting their lives too. Except then there are many insecticides, pesticides, herbicides. How they are affecting, that is the farmers use them, old plants, to save the weeds, right? But what happens, that is that when it rain falls, so this rain takes all the chemicals with itself, with the water, it washes this soil, it washes these plants, and all that water goes into the river bodies, and what happens? Again the same things, all the marine animals are being affected. Except then there are chemical fertilizers, leakage from the landfills, animal waste, leakage from underground petroleum storage, etc. Right? Other thing, there is another type of pollution, that is land pollution. Now what is land pollution? So land pollution is the contamination or degradation of Earth's land surface, and it is caused by human activities mostly. It is caused by the misuse of human natural resources or land resources. So number 1, municipal soil laid waste. Number 2, agricultural activities, and the same insecticides, pesticides, etc. Construction debris is the main factor for land pollution. Construction debris means while making the buildings, what do? It includes wood, it includes metal, it includes concrete, it includes cement, etc. So all these things, they are polluting our land. And air and water pollution also, pollutants also can cause land pollution. For example, it's sulfuric acid, which is H2SO4. When H2SO4 in this H2O, it causes its acid rain, right? So this acid rain, when it falls over different plants, so obviously it will go into the soil, and whenever it is polluting the soil, what happens? It dissolves the natural, or it dissolves all the nutrients from the soil. into this water. The water just washes, the water just goes from here, and simply it changes the composition of soil. So it is affecting the soil, and that is also land pollution. Land pollution doesn't only mean that there will be some debris over here, or there will be some rubbish over here, or we can say there would be garbage here or trash here. No, it also means that the composition of the soil is being changed from a good one to a bad one, or to a worst one. Now this changed composition is having sulfuric acid, small amounts of sulfuric acid, and it will be then absorbed by plants, and then automatically the health of the plant will be affected, right? So what you have to do, you have to read all your pages from, let me see, this is from page number 134 till page number 146. Everything is quite easy. You just have to give a read. Wherever you find any difficulty, please do ask. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye.